I now request another guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Justice Ashok B. Hinchigeri, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka, to address the gathering.
Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Ravi Manimat, Honorable Justice Suraj Govindraj, Judge, High Court of Karnataka, Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunayya, Principal of the College, my young friend and promising advocate, Sridhar Prabhu, and other members of the organizing committee, Professor Vinay Kumar, my personal friend, and other staff members, dear students, and gentlemen of the press. It gives me immense pleasure to be here. It's because, as Sridhar Prabhu or some of the previous speaker was mentioning, I am associated with this institution in 3 different capacities. I have studied in one of the colleges of the KLU Society, was a lecturer here with Professor Vinay Kumar. Then, after becoming the advocate, I was also handling the cases of KLU Society. So when I come to my Purvashrama, it makes me very nostalgic, reviving my fond memories and emotional bonds with this esteemed institution. I profusely thank the organizers of this function to invite me to this colloquium function. Coming to the theme or the subject matter for the discussion of which we have assembled here, I would unhesitatingly say that these days, joining judicial service is a very, very viable career option. You have, these days you have the judicial officers, I mean, they get good salary, good accommodation facilities, vehicle or some transportation facilities. More than anything else, job satisfaction and self-satisfaction. I suggest the young boys and girls who have assembled here to examine the option of joining the judicial service or not joining it from a different angle. Becoming the judge, whether it's civil judge, district judge, or high court judge, or Supreme Court judge, is not some kind of salary earning job or assignment. Judiciary is basically a service institution. When you balance the equities, competing interests, and pass a judgment or order or decision, protecting the interests of both within the parameters of law, you feel so very happy, you feel so very contented, and which cannot be perhaps measured in terms of money. Young friends, you have to ask yourself this question: What is it that the judges do? What do they do? They adjudicate or decide or resolve the dispute between two parties. Who are those two parties? Parties A and B. Who are those parties A and B? They are not from some other planet. They are your co-human beings. They are your equal human beings. They are your fellow human beings. And what is your inherent right to decide who is right and who is wrong? You are not in any way superior to them. But you are endowed with the task of deciding whether A is right or B is right. How will you do that? You inherently, innately, you are not superior to the litigants before you. Judging between two co-human beings is really an uphill task. I have no doubt in my mind about that. And what gets you the power to decide? Yes, in the immediate run, we can say, yes, by becoming the judge, by joining the judicial service, I have got the power. Yes, that's the immediate cause. But to my mind, the ultimate cause has come from God. As perhaps God cannot be present in all the places, He has created this human agency for deciding the cases amongst human beings. God has appointed you. Definitely not as His representative. Nobody can be God's representative. Nobody can be His agent. Nobody can be His power of attorney holder. Only as His servant, God has appointed you as your servant. And you need to take up the judicial work as a divine function. It's a divine function. What if you fail in discharging your duties objectively and to the satisfaction of God? What may happen? The litigants before you may pardon you. The advocates may pardon you. The society may pardon you. Government may pardon you. But God will not pardon you. When you wear the coat and gown, that is, when you wear the court robes, sit on the judge's chair, you put off your relationship. When you put on your robes, you put off your relationships. Meaning, nobody is your friend, nobody is your enemy, nobody is your adversary, nobody is your neighbor. You do not belong to any community or place. You do not belong to any religion. Nobody belongs to you, and you don't belong to anybody. With that dispassionate approach, cases are to be decided. It is also in obeisance to the Constitution, which is our Dharma Shastra. Many of you, I gather that impression from what Suraj Govindraji spoke a while ago, that a volley of questions. Friends, it's very easy to ask the questions, but difficult to answer. Any ordinary man can ask 100 questions, but any wise man, wisest of the wise men, may find it difficult to answer one also. It's easy to criticize, staying away from the system. But if you have the opportunity to be a part of the system, why you should not prefer to join the service? It's by making proper choice that one can ascend to divine perfection. So if you have the choice, please accept that. I was told that more recently, a product of National Law School, joined judicial service at the entry level, not as a district judge or as a high court judge, as a civil judge. I felt so very happy about that, because anybody who graduates from National Law School, he or she must be getting a pay packet of about 2 lakh rupees. She has settled down to get 70,000-80,000 rupees. Perhaps it's only with a view to serve the society in some official capacity, to wipe out the tears of the people. If she were here, I would have definitely honored her. Sridhar Prabhu says, Sridhar Prabhu, she is not here, isn't it? No. Before I wind up my talk, I have one humble suggestion which I would make to the two sitting judges, Honorable Chief Justice Marimat and Honorable Justice Suraj Govindraj. The sacrifices that the youngsters make are to be taken note of. They are to be compensated. Their joining the service must be commensurate with the sacrifices that they make. What I have in my mind is, somebody immediately after completing, the LLB joins judicial service as a civil judge. But to become the district judge, he or she has to wait for 15, 20, 25 years. There is an embargo for the civil judge to take part in the recruitment examination, recruitment to the offices of the district judges. So my humblest appeal is to have that rule amended, provide for the participation of the civil judges in the recruitment process for the district judges. You fix a number of eligibility years, it could be 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, that is your discretion. But they are to be permitted to write, district judges examination, and if they are otherwise eligible, deserving, select them. This could also be one of the incentives for the youngsters. We need to do everything possible to motivate the youngsters, to attract the youngsters to the judicial service, so that society is in safe hands. I thank all of you for giving me this great opportunity to share some of my random thoughts with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.